It all started, unsurprisingly, on Twitter. Dream, one of the most influential Minecraft YouTubers, posted a meme that immediately set social media on fire. The post read, "You are a Dream SMP stan. You either grow up or become a Tommyinnit fan." While this may have seemed like typical meme culture, hyperbolic, sarcastic, and made for shock value, the consequences were immediate. Tommyinnit, once a close collaborator and fellow Minecraft superstar, responded with a video titled Dream. And it wasn't just a reaction. It was an emotionally charged 13-minute monologue laced with criticism, personal anecdotes, and serious allegations. To someone unfamiliar with the dynamic, this drama might look petty. But the Dream Tommy fallout represents more than a spat. It reveals deeper tensions about internet fame, authenticity, and the fragility of fan-built communities. Dream's meme, to many, crossed a line. It used the R-word, a slur, against people with disabilities disguised under a humorous format. While Dream later apologized, the post triggered intense backlash from fans and creators alike. Tommy used his platform to call out not just the meme, but Dream's broader behavior. In his video, Tommy criticized Dream for bullying his fanbase and described years of feeling minimized and manipulated. According to Tommy, Dream used his early mentorship as leverage and dismissed Tommy's contributions to their shared projects. Yet many viewers noticed the lack of evidence in Tommy's video. No screenshots, no receipts, just anecdotes, emotion, and raw frustration. To understand the weight of these accusations, we need to rewind. Dream and Tommy. In it were two of the key architects behind the Dream SMP, one of the most culturally impactful Minecraft servers in YouTube history. From late 2020 through 2022, the Dream SMP captivated millions. It combined roleplay, improv, and lore in a way that transcended traditional gaming content. It wasn't just a server. It was a phenomenon. Dream, often seen as the server's strategic mastermind, brought technical skill and a flair for storytelling. Tommy, on the other hand, became its chaotic, comedic heart. Their chemistry was undeniable, and their shared screen time launched both of them to stardom. But that shared success masked growing tension. In his video, Tommy claimed Dream often treated him like a child, despite their collaborative dynamic. He said that Dream would offer advice and support only to use it later as a form of control. One quote stood out. "You gave me YouTube advice when I was 16 and held that over my head for years." Dream, in his response video, flatly denied this. He said their YouTube calls were voluntary, friendly, and without expectations. "I helped you because I thought you were talented," he said. "I never held that against you." Dream also accused Tommy of exploiting their past friendship for clout. In his view, Tommy used this video to market his new projects like his podcast and stand-up comedy work under the guise of calling out injustice. In truth, this wasn't the first time their friendship had seemed performative. The line between collaboration and real camaraderie blurred years ago. Their interactions, always public-facing, became increasingly transactional. Once Tommy posted his video, the reaction was swift and divided. Tommy's fans flooded the comments with support, praising his bravery and emotional honesty. Many said they'd always suspected something off about Dream's persona. Others defended Dream, calling Tommy manipulative for using moral outrage as a marketing tactic. The internet, as usual, took sides, but the story didn't end there. Dream posted a full-length rebuttal titled "I'm Sorry," where he both apologized for the meme and systematically debunked Tommy's claims. He provided context, screenshots, and receipts, arguing that Tommy had distorted the truth and left out key facts. For instance, Tommy had claimed that Dream harassed his mother during a time of emotional difficulty. Dream showed the actual message he sent, a respectful private DM where he told her he didn't condone his fans attacking her. There were no threats, no profanity, no harassment. "This is the only message I've ever sent to her," Dream said. "You call me a movie villain for that?" He also addressed the accusation that he minimized Tommy's contributions. Dream played old clips where he praised Tommy publicly, highlighting his importance to the Dream SMP. "Without everyone involved," Dream said, "the SMP wouldn't have worked." So, who's right? As with most internet drama, the answer isn't simple. Both creators seem to be acting out of genuine hurt, but both also understand the power of their platforms and how easily fans can be mobilized in a digital battlefield. Just when the Dream versus Tommyinnit drama appeared to peak, another high-profile voice jumped into the mix: Ludwig, aka Ludwig. Ludwig, a prominent YouTuber and former Twitch streamer known for his subathon success and gaming commentary, inserted himself into the discourse after recalling a personal experience with Dream. According to Ludwig, Dream once called one of his friends a hoe in private messages. While Dream insisted the word was used jokingly and that everyone involved was comfortable with it, Ludwig wasn't convinced. He claimed Dream misunderstood who the message was about, and that Dream tried to defend himself by sending Ludwig a lengthy, irrelevant explanation referring to a different girl entirely. Ludwig said he never replied to Dream's messages again, feeling that the apology was either insincere or deliberately off-target. This incident might have remained private, but it became relevant again when Ludwig discussed Dream's tendency to manipulate relationships and narratives. Though Ludwig was careful not to position himself as a central player in the feud, his experience added credibility to the idea that Dream might habitually overstep boundaries and rely on charm to diffuse criticism. It also reopened a broader debate about private behavior among public figures. Just how much of a content creator's real self is visible to their fans? And when influencers maintain close professional relationships, do blurred lines make betrayal inevitable? Tommy seemed to think so. In his video, he accused Dream of exploiting their friendship and downplaying years of emotional stress. He didn't just suggest Dream had mistreated him, he framed Dream as emblematic of a toxic creator culture where success often excuses cruelty. But Dream wasn't the only one under fire. As the drama unfolded, attention turned to Tommy himself and whether his narrative could be trusted. Tommy's emotional delivery in his Dream video earned him sympathy, but it also raised red flags. He made several serious claims, including being mistreated at a young age, being belittled during collaborations, and having his mother harassed. But one thing was missing from his video: evidence. There were no screenshots of inappropriate messages, no recordings, no corroboration from third parties, just claims and commentary. This drew immediate pushback from neutral viewers and Dream supporters alike. Dream capitalized on this weakness in his response. Not only did he deny every claim, but he also presented his own evidence to contradict Tommy's narrative. For example, Tommy alleged Dream had threatened his relationship with his mom during her divorce. Dream showed the only message he ever sent her, a kind, non-confrontational DM that wished her well. Then came the merch drama. Tommy criticized Dream for selling USBs with baby pictures, mocking his merch as manipulative and self-absorbed. But Dream countered that it was a family-run operation, created and managed by his mom. He argued that while the products were unusual, they were authentic and not meant to deceive. Tommy, meanwhile, had partnered with a third-party merch company that later scammed creators and customers, something Dream highlighted to point out hypocrisy. Critics began to question whether Tommy's outrage was genuine or if it was calculated outrage designed to drum up attention for his newer ventures. After all, the Dream video included multiple plugs for his podcast, his stand-up career, and his upcoming book. Was Tommy using moral drama to advertise? It wasn't a new tactic online, but it was the first time Tommy had been accused of it so directly. One of the biggest talking points in Tommy's video was his announcement that he was effectively quitting Minecraft content because of Dream. According to Tommy, the environment around Dream and the Dream SMP had become so toxic that he no longer felt comfortable participating in the Minecraft YouTube space. He described his pivot to comedy and podcasting as a kind of escape, a chance to find his voice without being weighed down by the drama and expectations of his previous audience. He even referenced performing in tiny pubs and working the stand-up circuit the legitimate way, subtly contrasting it with the more viral and perhaps inauthentic rise of YouTube stars. Dream predictably pushed back. He said that Tommy's decision to leave Minecraft had nothing to do with him, and that blaming Dream was disingenuous. "You decided to change direction," he said. "Don't put that on me." This part of the drama exposed a growing cultural divide in online entertainment. the clash between traditional content creators and those trying to elevate their image beyond their original niche. Tommy clearly wanted to leave behind the Minecraft Kid label and be taken seriously in comedy, media, and maybe even literature. Dream, meanwhile, seemed to double down on his existing brand even as his audience aged out of the Minecraft craze. The fallout became symbolic of a broader struggle. What happens when creators outgrow their platforms? Can you reinvent yourself without burning bridges? And can old collaborators stay friendly when their careers depend on public perception? As of now, it doesn't look like a reconciliation is coming anytime soon. With emotions running high and fan bases clashing across platforms, the Dream versus Tommyinnit drama began entering its most chaotic phase yet: the receipt wars. Dream, facing accusations ranging from emotional manipulation to indirect harassment, did what few expected. He came with evidence. His response video was calm, deliberate, and most critically, filled with DMs, timestamps, and screenshots that appeared to contradict many of Tommy's claims. Where Tommy offered emotional recollections and sweeping accusations, Dream countered with cold, precise receipts. Example: Tommy claimed Dream had mistreated him during their early collaborations, subtly using his influence to make him feel inferior. Dream, however, presented chat logs showing long, supportive calls, sessions where Dream encouraged Tommy, brainstormed with him, and even gave him opportunities. Tommy also said Dream held the early YouTube advice he gave over his head. Dream responded with a clip one in which Tommy himself praised Dream's mentorship, even saying their calls helped shape his growth. That footage hadn't been buried in old live streams. It was from a well-known recent podcast. Another damaging blow was Dream's response to the "harassing my mom" claim. The message Dream sent Tommy's mother during a difficult time was polite, supportive, and included zero threats or negativity. His entire harassment, Dream argued, amounted to a single respectful message. As this evidence mounted, even Tommy's most die-hard fans had to pause. The narrative had cracked serious ones. Meanwhile, Tommy, despite being the first to ignite the conflict with a high-production exposé, failed to respond to any of Dream's debunks. He offered no further receipts, no clarification, and no direct reply. This silence was interpreted in different ways. Supporters claimed Tommy had said his piece and didn't want to escalate things. Critics saw it as an admission of defeat. And the neutral public? Many began calling for both parties to take the drama offline and settle things like adults. But things were just getting started. While Dream and Tommy occupied center stage, Ludwig found himself dragged back into the conversation. In a podcast, Ludwig explained his complicated dynamic with Dream. He claimed Dream once called one of his friends a hoe, and that despite Dream defending the comment as a joke, he never addressed the right person in the follow-up. Ludwig said he was bothered by the casual sexism and the dismissive attitude that followed. Dream replied with what he called context. He presented pages of Discord logs showing that he often used the term hoe playfully in group chats with both male and female friends. He insisted that everyone understood the tone, and no one had ever voiced a problem before until now. But Ludwig's larger point wasn't about that one word. It was about a pattern of behavior, a tendency for Dream to deflect, justify, or obfuscate when facing criticism. Ludwig also claimed Dream had once pressured him to make a video defending him against allegations, which Ludwig declined to do. This, he said, fractured their professional relationship. It highlighted a bigger issue: creators being used as PR shields. Ludwig's philosophy was simple. If someone wants you to make a video defending them, it probably means they want to use your credibility to clean up their own mess. He refused. Ironically, Ludwig had been called out for doing just that in the past, especially when he bent over backward to appease Hassan Piker or removed political jokes from his videos after private pushback. But in the Dream situation, Ludwig stood firm. "I don't make videos because people ask me to," he said. "I make them when I have something to say." This echoed what many creators had privately felt for years. Being friends in the YouTube space often meant being expected to co-sign everything. And when you didn't, tensions would flare. At first glance, this Dream versus Tommyinnit feud seems petty. Two young millionaires throwing shade over slights, memes, and perceived disrespect. But for those paying closer attention, it represents a broader cultural turning point. First, it shows the limits of moral performance online. Tommy's video positioned him as the virtuous victim, wounded by an older creator's cruelty. But his lack of receipts, exaggerated delivery, and promotional plugs made viewers question whether it was more of a brand pivot than a genuine call-out. Second, it exposed just how toxic and codependent influencer friendships can be. Dream and Tommy were once seen as brothers-in-arms collaborating on one of the biggest Minecraft servers in history. But once the Dream SMP ended and their audiences diverged, their alliance collapsed. Third, it underscored the futility of online cancellation. Despite all the drama, neither Dream nor Tommy appears truly done. Each still pulls millions of views. Each still has die-hard supporters. And each still monetizes every ounce of their personal lives. If anything, the feud boosted engagement across all channels. And maybe that's the biggest takeaway. In the current YouTube ecosystem, there's no such thing as bad press-only content. Every accusation becomes a video. Every rebuttal becomes a podcast. Every private argument becomes a thread. Whether this drama ends with a public apology, a private call, or another 10-part docuseries remains to be seen. But one thing's certain. Both Dream and Tommy have changed, and the online world is watching every move they make. As the dust settled, one theme emerged clearly. Friendship online is conditional. Dream and Tommy. In its relationship, once seen as the glue of the Dream SMP, had disintegrated completely. What was once a creative alliance turned into a battlefield. Private moments, helpful advice, support calls, and years of collaboration were now weapons for public takedowns. Tommy's call-out felt like the last straw in a slow-burning resentment. Dream's rebuttal didn't just dispute accusations, it effectively closed the door on reconciliation. Meanwhile, other creators began weighing in. Some quietly unfollowed one or both. Others, like Ludwig, used their platforms to speak more generally about the ecosystem of manipulation and performative wokeness. Several fans voiced disappointment, not because either side was right, but because the entire situation felt emblematic of YouTube's worst traits. People faking friendships for content, exploiting controversy for growth, and never being honest about their intentions. And while the receipts Dream posted painted him in a better light than expected, they didn't make him a saint. He still had a long history of polarizing behavior. From the speedrun scandal to his cringe Reddit comments to his awkward handling of serious accusations, his public image had already been battered. This just added another layer. But Tommy didn't walk away clean either. Many now saw him as an opportunist. A guy who waited until Dream's popularity dipped, then struck with a monetized video full of vague, unverifiable claims. Whatever their intentions, one thing became clear. The golden boy era of Minecraft YouTube was over. What really intensified this feud wasn't just the creators themselves, it was their fan bases. Dream stans and Tommy stans treated this like a war. They dug up years-old tweets, DMs, and clips. They harassed each other, spammed tags, and pushed hashtags like Tommy Exposed and Dreamlight across Twitter and TikTok. But it didn't stop there. Tommy's video inspired dozens of analysis breakdowns by teen YouTubers eager to capitalize on the controversy. Many were just parroting Tommy's words with dramatic music and sad B-roll. Others tried to look neutral while still clearly favoring one side. Dream's response video led to a similar wave, people proclaiming Dream vindicated in all caps, even if they hadn't fact-checked anything. It was like watching propaganda from both sides. In the middle were fans who just liked Minecraft and missed the days when the biggest drama was who griefed someone's base. They were exhausted. Many started unfollowing both creators. The fanbase fragmentation was real. This wasn't just about Dream and Tommy anymore. It was about how creator drama is no longer a spectator sport. It's a full-blown community war, with casualties that extend beyond subscribers. So what now? Tommy has doubled down on his new era. He's moved into stand-up, released a podcast, and is writing a book. His content is shifting less Minecraft, more real creator vibes. His fans are being reshaped to fit the image of someone who's outgrown the past. Dream, meanwhile, is leaning into his controversial persona. He's posting edgier content, fewer Minecraft videos, and trying to pivot away from his old fan base, the very one that once lifted him to stardom. His apology about the slur meme seems sincere on the surface, but it also marked a crossroads. Dream doesn't want to play by the same rules anymore. Neither side will ever be cancelled. They're both too embedded in the culture. But they both lost something: public trust, old friendships, and the innocence that once made Minecraft YouTube feel fun. And for viewers, maybe it's a reminder that these creators are not your friends. They're entertainers. Some are good people, some aren't. Most are somewhere in between. What matters most is not what they say about each other, but what they reveal about the internet we've all built together. One where authenticity is currency, but drama still pays the best. And that's the whole circus, folks. Dream and Tommy. Innit went from Minecraft besties to public enemies, and honestly, the internet just keeps serving up drama on a silver platter. We had fake apologies, fanbase wars, and creators acting like saints while throwing each other under the bus. Classic YouTube. If you enjoyed watching two millionaires mentally collapse in HD, make sure to like the video, drop a comment calling someone cringe, and of course subscribe for your daily dose of digital disasters. This is Mr. Stream, signing off. Catch you in the next mess.